Hey guys, AJ here, and welcome to Me Weekly Season 2, Episode 6. Today we have no movie reviews, in stock, but, we do have the SummerSlam 2014 results, and, an old movie review. I know there was supposed to be a top 10, but I didn't have enough time to, research anything for it or come up with any ideas, so I'm sorry about that. But first, let's do the SummerSlam results. So, before we get started, I just want to tell you guys that last night might have been the most shocking night in WWE history for me. So first it kicked off with Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Now I wasn't really paying attention to this match because I kind of knew the outcome. I kind of thought that The Miz would definitely retain his Intercontinental title. Um, and but then, like, I was watching, and then, like, I kind of saw that Miz, hit the skull-crushing finale on Dolph Ziggler, but then, like, I wasn't really I still, like, didn't realize that he had hit it, and then I see that Dolph Ziggler kicks out, and I'm like, what just happened? And then I see Dolph Ziggler hit the zigzag, and then I see him pin Miz, and when it gets to 1-2, I'm like, this can't happen, and then Dolph Ziggler actually wins. I'm so excited because I predicted that The Miz would win on the SummerSlam predictions video, but I told you guys I wanted Dolph Ziggler to win, and I'm really happy that he actually did. I'm actually surprised that they did. Like, Miz hasn't even held the title for 1 month, and you don't usually see that. But it's definitely gonna give Dolph Ziggler a really big open window in WWE. The only bad thing is, I'm not sure if the match already happened, but I was I'm in the middle of watching Monday Night Raw right now, and there's going to be an Intercontinental Championship rematch later tonight. It might be going on right now. I'm not sure, but hopefully, like, Dolph Ziggler retains and Miz doesn't win, becoming a 4-time Intercontinental Champion. But yeah, I think that that this really put Dolph Ziggler back on the map. And then our second match was Paige versus AJ Lee for the Divas Championship. This had a really surprising outcome. Paige actually won to become the Divas Champion again. I thought it was really surprising. I'm not sure why they did it. Like, I thought this was gonna be the end of their rivalry. Like, it kind of seemed like it. I'm kind of getting sick of it. It's the same thing every Monday Night Raw and every Friday Night SmackDown. Like, I'd rather have AJ be the Divas Champion. Like, I hate Paige so much. Um, I hope that they let AJ win it back. I'm just hoping. But I didn't like that outcome. And then we had Rusev versus Jack Swagger in a flag match. I hated that outcome because um it was supposed to be a flag match, and a flag match, if you don't know what it is when at two ends of the ring they hang one flag up at that end and the other flag at the other end, and then each person has an assigned flag, and one person has to get it. Like, the first person to get their flag wins, but that wasn't how it was. Like, they didn't even say that it was a flag match. It was just a regular match, and Rusev ended up winning. I really thought that this was Jack Swagger's time to shine as a face. I didn't like the outcome of that. Uh, uh, but yeah, but I hope that the rivalry continues. It's gonna be a really good one. I thought that Rusev was finally gonna lose for once. But yeah, and then next up we had Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a lumberjack match. So I kind of like the outcome, I kind of didn't. So Seth Rollins ended up winning. It was a great match because a lot of stuff just went out of control. Um, and it was like chaos, and then they went into the crowd, and then at the end, Dean Ambrose jumped onto all the lumberjacks, including Seth Rollins, and then Kane got involved, and then Goldust got involved, and then at the end, when the ref wasn't looking, Seth Rollins hit Dean Ambrose in the head with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then he won by pinfall. I mean, I was expecting and hoping for Dean Ambrose to win, and I was upset when Seth Rollins won. But I'm not that upset now because I'm guessing that this rivalry is still gonna continue because I was watching Raw and tonight it's gonna be Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. They say it's gonna be the last match, and they're telling Seth Rollins to finish Dean Ambrose. Because Dean Ambrose just poured a bucket of ice all over Seth Rollins. Uh, but uh, uh, um, but yeah, I think that usually means the rivalry is gonna continue. So it's gonna be in either a Falls Count Anywhere match, a no holds barred match, or a no disqualifications match. I'm hoping that's gonna be Falls Count Anywhere. That would be awesome, especially with the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. That like, I hope that it continues for Night of Champions. Maybe they'll have a match and the Money in the Bank briefcase will be on the line. That would be a cool idea. Then we had Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. It was it, I think the match at Battleground was way better. I think their match at Battleground was like the only good one at Battleground, and um, this was probably one of the worst of the night. And I predicted the outcome because it was obvious that Bray Wyatt would win. So yeah, he did win. It was nothing surprising. It was kind of a boring match. I wish that it would have had had a stipulation to it because it's boring to see the same match twice without something new added to it. But then we had what was next? Oh yeah, Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon. That might have been one of the most shocking outcomes of the night. Um, I totally predicted that Brie Bella would win. Uh, but then towards the end, Triple H came out, and then Brie Bella actually beat up Triple H, and then Nikki Bella came to help Brie Bella, and then uh, when it seemed like Nikki Bella was gonna help Brie, she actually beat up Brie and then left the match, and then Stephanie McMahon hit the pedigree on Brie Bella and won. Like, it was one of the most shocking outcomes I think in WWE history because no one ever thought that Nikki Bella was gonna turn on Brie Bella, and now it seems like they're gonna have this big rivalry now, and I think sister versus sister is gonna be a good headline if they have a match at Night of Champions. That's gonna be a great match if they like. It'll be sister versus sister. Uh, but yeah, like I think it's gonna be an awesome rivalry because it seems like it's gonna go on. I just can't wait until Dan O'Brien gets back. I want to see what he says. But then we had Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. It was an obvious outcome, but probably one of the best matches of the night. Yeah, it was kind of back and forth. Like, a few parts I did think that Randy Orton was gonna win, but in the end, we all knew that Roman Reigns was gonna win, to be honest. And then, but it was a cool match, and it kind of, refreshed Roman Reigns' career after breaking up with the Shield. I mean, I know he's been in a lot of turmoil lately, and, like, he's been having a lot of big matches, but this kind of just flew him across the map. Our main event was John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I know I said this match was gonna suck. I know that it was. I know I said that it was I was not looking forward to it at all. I know I said that I thought John Cena would win, even no, I didn't want him to. But this was the most shocking outcome of the night. Brock Lesnar actually won, which I'm so excited for because I just hate John Cena so much. I'm sick of him wearing any title belt. I think he just needs to turn heel fast before everyone just doesn't even talk about him anymore. Um, but like the match actually kickstarted with an F5 from Brock Lesnar, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? I'm like, WTF in my mind. I'm like, what just happened? And then John Cena kicks out, and then John Cena hits the attitude adjustment later in the match, and then Brock Lesnar kicks out, which is obvious, and then um and then Brock Lesnar was mostly dominant through the match, and then John Cena never hardly laid a hand on Brock Lesnar throughout the match. And then Brock Lesnar would keep hitting suplexes and belly to belly suplexes. That was really the whole match, but it was actually a good match. I just don't like them put together. And then at the end, it was just finally an F5 from Brock Lesnar, and then I figured that Cena would kick out, and but then he does 1, 2, 3, and then I'm like, yes, yes, yes! Finally, Brock Lesnar wins a championship within the last 12 years. And the reason why I didn't think he would win was because to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion, you have to be on every Monday Night Raw and every Friday Night SmackDown, and Brock Lesnar is kind of like the guy who just comes around every few times a year, and he's like that present we get. He's a gift for the WWE universe to see every year. We don't get to see um we don't get to see Chris Jericho every year. He comes by maybe once every year. Brock Lesnar comes by more, but Chris Jericho's even a bigger gift because if you're there rarely, people wait for you to come back. I wasn't even expecting Chris Jericho to return when he did. Whenever I hear, I love Chris Jericho so much that whenever I hear his fireworks go off, I know that it's him. So I hear those fireworks that one night on June 30th, and then I hear Break the Walls Down, and I'm like, holy shit, Chris Jericho is back. Holy shit. And I was so excited. But anyway, I was talking off subject. Yeah, but when I saw Brock Lesnar hold up those title belts, and he was like, I was like, yes, this WWE is going to change from now on. We're finally going to have a good champion. Brock Lesnar is going to be on every week. Because, to be honest, I kind of like Brock Lesnar now. He's cool. Man, I used to hate him because when he had their rivalry with John Cena back in 2012, I loved John Cena back then. I was such a big fan of him that when he lost to The Rock that year, I actually cried when he lost. I was at WrestleMania 28 in the audience, and then I hear 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, I was such a baby then. But I think it's awesome. And later tonight on Raw, I believe this is the main event. Brock Lesnar, they're finally revealing a unified belt. I'm so sick and tired of all the champions carrying around 2 belts. I just really hate that. So I'm just excited that they're finally making 1 belt, and Brock Lesnar's gonna be the first to carry it, and that Brock Lesnar's probably gonna be on from now on. I'm not sure what's gonna happen when he loses the title. I mean, what's gonna I'm excited to see if he sticks around after he loses it, and hopefully he won't lose it soon. But yeah, tell me what you thought about SummerSlam in the comments section. I'm probably going to rate it 78%. I think that SummerSlam was probably the best pay-per-view of the year so far, because really, the Royal Rumble was awful because of CM Punk's loss and how Batista won, and then Elimination Chamber sucked just because there was only 1 match and it was really boring and we knew who was gonna win. WrestleMania was the worst of the year. Extreme Rules was okay, and then Payback was just awful. I hated Payback, and then Money in the Bank was just disappointing because of Seth Rollins' win and John Cena's win. Uh, and then Battleground was just also disappointing because I'm Battleground is one of my favorite pay-per-views ever since last year, and it was awful this year. The John Cena, Roman Reigns, Kane, Randy Orton bullshit. I just hated that, and then but yeah, I think this is probably the best pay-per-view of the year so far. But yeah, tell me what you think again in the comments. And now it's time for an old movie review. So, this is probably our first old movie review that isn't really old. It's only 2 years old. It's called Chronicle. If you haven't heard of it, it's with Dane DeHaan from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. He plays Green Goblin, and then Alex Russell, who's from the upcoming movie Believe Me, if you haven't heard of it, and then Michael B. Jordan, who's from Fruitvale Station, That Awkward Moment. What else is he in? Oh yeah, he's gonna play the Human Torch in the new Fantastic Four reboot. So uh yeah, but it was an awesome movie. I just got it on DVD today. It actually, yeah, it's not the first time I saw it. I saw it on demand a few years ago, but I got it on DVD today because I loved it so much. Wait, actually, before we review this, let me show you my new pickups on DVD. I'll be right back. 1 second. And I am back. Sorry for the wait. Today I got 4 movies on DVD. I got We're the Millers on Blu-ray. It's the extended cut version. It comes with the ultraviolet code. Also, speaking of ultraviolet codes, I've been looking for any people who are willing to trade them or offer them to me because I'm trying to build my collection. And right now, to trade, I have the Expendables Extended Director's Cut unrated edition on iTunes. I actually have a Chronicle one because I can't redeem that because it's not ultraviolet, and then I also have Monsters University on ultraviolet and Cabin in the Woods on ultraviolet. But yeah, I got We're the Millers, Sin City, which is also Blu-ray and ultraviolet. You can check out my old movie review of that I did today. Then Chronicle, like I said, it's actually the director's cut lost footage edition. And then I got Fast and Furious 6, which is also digital uh, copy, and it's the extended version and theatrical version. But yeah, these are all really good movies. But that's the Chronicle. So yeah, it's about this kind of nerdy outcast high school kid named Andrew, who his really only friend is his cousin. What's his name? I just watched the movie today. Who is he? What is his name? It's played by Alex Russell. Oh my god, how am I forgetting his name? Oh, Matt. Matt is his name. And then one night, and like, Andrew starts filming his life with his camera. And one night, Matt takes Andrew to a party, and that's where they meet. Now I'm forgetting Michael B. Jordan's character's name. Oh my god, Steve. Yeah, but so then they find Steve, and Steve and Matt like find this hole in the ground, and they go in, and like they wait, and like it's like this alien sort of egg thing, and it gives them superpowers, and then they start having fun with them, but when Andrew, like I said, he's nerdy and like no one likes him. But when Andrew starts to like use his powers in bad ways, like killing people and stuff, everything gets out of control and it's a whole mess of chaos. But it's an awesome movie and all you guys should see it. First of all, I really love the story. I think it's really innovative and it's just fantastic. And then I love the acting because Dane DeHaan is one of my favorite actors. He can literally do any role. Alex Russell was really good. So was Michael B. Jordan. He's also one of my favorite actors. But I loved how they were just normal people who got these superpowers and they weren't using them to be superheroes. And I really loved the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it. because I'd have to explain more to spoil the ending, because there's a lot of like you'd have to see the movie if you watched half the movie and then you didn't and I wanted to spoil it, you would already alright, never mind spoiling stuff, but so for Chronicle, I just really love how everything got out of control at the end, and how Andrew started to use his powers badly, and I just loved how it was like the found footage sort of thing. I love those kind of movies, just like Into the Storm. But yeah, it's a really cool movie, and what else? And I loved. There must have been some insane way where they made it look like they were flying through the sky. It looked like so realistic. And I loved how there are a few parts where they could pick up things and it would float in the air. I loved how they did that somehow. And one reason why I really like the found footage way of filming movies is because um it kind of feels like you're the camera and you're the lens, cause when you know that someone who's acting in the movie is actually filming it, it feels like you're the one that's going into the hole, or you're the one that's flying. I didn't see the movie in theaters. I saw it on TV, and then I got it on DVD, and I watched it again today. And um, I can't even imagine how it would be to sit in the theater and watch them fly through the sky and get hit by airplanes, because they did, and they survived it. But they were just zipping past, and I felt like I was flying through the sky. It was insane the way that found footage films do that. Even though Into the Storm was really good, I didn't feel it for that for some reason. Because it was kind of harder to tell that was a found footage film. I knew it was, but it was harder to tell. But I, and also um, when when they were gonna go into the hole, it kind of got me scared. I don't want to go in the hole. I don't want to go in the hole. But it felt like it was going into the hole, because I said, it's like I'm the lens, and then I'm going into the hole, and then I get blown away by this alien egg shit or something, and then uh there was also a few parts where they were sitting on the top of buildings, and then the camera, one of them would pick up the camera and make it float through the sky, and then I would get scared that oh no, it's gonna fall off the building. I don't want to fall. It actually when the camera when they got hit by the airplane in the sky, they started to fall, and the camera was falling, and it felt like I was falling, and it was insane. I really can't imagine how it would be in theaters. I don't know if it was an IMAX, but if I saw it in IMAX, I would be scared shitless. I mean, to be honest. Uh, but yeah, it's an awesome movie. All you guys should see it. I'm going to probably rate it a 78. No, 85%. It's an awesome movie. Everyone should see it. But yeah, that's it for today. You can check it out. You can check me weekly out next Monday. Again, tell me what you thought about Chronicle. Give me some ultraviolet codes or any offers. And then and um and comment and tell me what you thought about SummerSlam, if it was good or bad, what you liked about the results and whatnot. But yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a comment and subscribe for more.